Welcome to Simple Mind Space, the podcast where we explore the fascinating world of ideas, communication, and personal growth. Today, we're diving deep into the art of communication, and I promise you, by the end of this episode, you'll walk away with actionable insights that can transform how you present yourself and your ideas to the world. Think back to a time when you were captivated by a speaker, someone who held your attention effortlessly, made you think differently, and left a lasting impression. What was it about them that resonated so deeply? We often hear that success in life hinges on our ability to communicate effectively. It's not just about having brilliant ideas, it's about conveying those ideas in a way that resonates, persuades, and inspires. Whether we're presenting a groundbreaking project at work, sharing our passions with friends, or even just trying to get our point across in a meeting, mastering the art of communication is essential. But here's the good news. Becoming a compelling communicator isn't about some innate talent that only a lucky few possess. It's about knowledge, practice, and a dash of natural ability. Yes, some people might have a knack for it, but the real magic happens when you combine that with a deep well of knowledge and consistent practice. Think of it like any other skill you've mastered in life. Did you become a proficient musician, athlete, or artist overnight? Of course not. It took dedication, learning the fundamentals, and countless hours of practice. The same principle applies to communication. Over the next hour, we'll be exploring a collection of powerful speaking techniques, practical tools you can add to your own communication toolkit. Think of these techniques as your secret weapons, ready to be deployed when you need to make a lasting impact. And here's the exciting part. You might discover just one technique, one golden nugget of wisdom that clicks for you, resonates with your personal style, and becomes a game changer in your communication journey. Now, before we embark on this journey, I want to address a crucial aspect of effective communication, the environment we create. Just like a musician needs a well-tuned instrument and a painter thrives in a well-lit studio, we, as communicators, need to create an environment conducive to engaging our audience. This means being mindful of the time, the setting, and even the tools we use. Let's start with the time. Think about it. What's the ideal time for a presentation or a lecture? Late at night when everyone's exhausted? Right after a heavy meal? Probably not. The key is to find a time when your audience is alert, receptive, and ready to engage. Then comes the setting. Imagine walking into a dimly lit, cramped room with uncomfortable seating. Not exactly inviting, right? We humans are highly susceptible to our surroundings. A well-lit, spacious, and welcoming environment can make all the difference in capturing and maintaining your audience's attention. Now let's talk about the tools of the trade. In the world of communication, our tools can be as simple as a chalkboard or as sophisticated as a high-tech presentation software. But just like a craftsman carefully selects the right tools for the job, we too need to be intentional about the tools we employ. For lectures, teaching, and conveying information in a clear and engaging manner, nothing beats the timeless appeal of a chalkboard. There's a certain magic in the way it allows ideas to flow organically, the way it engages the audience in the process of knowledge creation. With a chalkboard, you have the power of visual representation, the ability to pace your delivery, and even a convenient target for those nervous hands. Let's not forget about props, those tangible objects that can bring our ideas to life. Think about it. A memorable demonstration with a simple prop can leave a more lasting impact than 1,000 words on a slide. And then there are slides, a ubiquitous tool in today's digital age. Slides can be incredibly effective for showcasing visuals, highlighting key points, and adding a visual dimension to your presentation. However, it's crucial to remember that slides should complement your message, not overshadow it. Too often, we see presentations where slides are crammed with text, overwhelming the audience with information overload. Remember, our brains can only process so much information at once. When we're bombarded with text-heavy slides, we end up reading instead of listening, missing out on the nuances of the speaker's delivery and the opportunity to truly engage with the content. So, how do we strike the right balance with slides? Keep them clean, concise, and visually appealing. Use high-quality images, limit the amount of text, and embrace the power of white space. Remember, your slides should be a visual aid, not a crutch. Now, let's shift our focus from the tools to the techniques, those subtle yet powerful strategies that can elevate your communication to the next level. One technique I find incredibly effective is the art of cycling, revisiting key ideas multiple times throughout your presentation. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that a bit repetitive? Won't people get bored? Here's the thing, our brains aren't always operating at peak performance. At any given moment, some members of your audience might be momentarily distracted, their minds wandering off on a tangent. By cycling back to important points, you ensure that everyone has multiple opportunities to grasp the essence of your message. It's like weaving a tapestry, each thread reinforcing the others, creating a rich and memorable experience for your audience. Another powerful technique is the art of building fences, clearly defining your ideas and differentiating them from others. It's like drawing a line in the sand saying, this is my idea, distinct and unique. You can achieve this by comparing and contrasting your approach with existing ones, highlighting the nuances that set your work apart. And then there's verbal punctuation, a technique that often goes unnoticed, yet plays a crucial role in keeping your audience engaged. Think of verbal punctuation as strategically placed signposts along the way, guiding your audience through your presentation, signaling transitions, and providing opportunities to catch up if they've momentarily drifted off. You can achieve verbal punctuation through clear headings, numbered points, and transitional phrases. It's like giving your audience a mental roadmap, ensuring that everyone's on the same page and following along smoothly. And speaking of keeping your audience engaged, never underestimate the power of a well-placed question. A thoughtfully crafted question can pique curiosity, spark a dialogue, and transform a passive audience into active participants. It's like tossing a pebble into a still pond, creating ripples of engagement that spread throughout the room. The key to effective questioning lies in striking the right balance. You don't want questions that are too obvious or too difficult. The goal is to create an environment where your audience feels comfortable sharing their thoughts, contributing to the conversation, and becoming active participants in the learning process. Now, you might be wondering, where do I even begin to incorporate all of these techniques? The key is to start small, experiment with different approaches, and find what works best for you. Just like developing any new skill, it takes time, practice, and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. One of the most effective ways to hone your communication skills is to observe master communicators, those individuals who captivate, inspire, and leave a lasting impression. Pay attention to their delivery, their body language, their use of pauses, and emphasis. But here's the crucial part. Don't just passively observe. Analyze what they're doing and why it's effective. Break down their techniques, dissect their strategies, and try to understand the thought process behind their delivery. Remember, every master communicator started somewhere. They weren't born with innate abilities. They honed their craft through years of practice, experimentation, and a deep understanding of the principles of effective communication. And so can you. As you embark on this journey of communication mastery, remember this: the power to connect, inspire, and influence lies within you. By embracing the tools and techniques we've explored today, you can unlock that power, captivate your audience, and make your ideas resonate far beyond the spoken word. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. The most compelling communicators are those who are genuinely passionate about their message. When you speak from the heart, when your enthusiasm shines through, it's infectious. Your audience can't help but be drawn in, captivated by your energy and inspired by your conviction. So, go out there, embrace the art of communication, and let your passion ignite a fire in the hearts and minds of your audience. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Simple Mind Space. If you enjoyed this exploration of communication mastery, be sure to subscribe and share this episode with your friends. Until next time, keep those minds sharp and those voices strong.